Sicilian?
I think the Sicilian would be too vulnerable.
Technically, they can go Valentina.
They can go Valentina to steal it as well, yes.
Okay. Turna with the predictions right here. It is one of those games where so many options are available to both teams due to the fact that they will have their own kind of strong points, right? So much more attention to the roamers. Definitely a fresh look compared to the previous matches we've seen today. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna see a lot of new heroes showing up right now.
I wonder how Light is going to be playing on this chip, and whether or not it suits his playstyle.
Yeah, that's a very, very good question. Whether or not they can utilize the chip, because the chip has always been kind of like a very coordination-dependent hero. You need to have crisp, clean coordination, and for BTR, that's the problem right now. They're not fully in sync.
It hasn't looked the best just yet. It's definitely something that they're still working on, but I guess this is the time to prove it. Do Bigetron have the chemistry to pull off their composition with a chip on the hands of Light as we get into the land of Dawn? Ladies and gentlemen, for our final match of the day, game number 1 between the White Tigers and the Red Robots.
Oh, this is an intense one. I think the crowd kind of quieted down as well. They know what is at stake right here. And a lot of questions are on Annabelle for sure. Whether he is acclimated to the team even more, whether he can perform at the level we expect him to. But this is a Moreno on the Faramis as well. We know the guy has moves for sure. So it's a bit of a interesting dynamic here. Bigetron really wanted to go for this all-in style. With 4 Inspires, by the way, they know how important having those skills are for their win condition. And for the side of Evos, it's a bit more balanced, but for the most part, it's just poke down and chase down the side of Bigetron.
Let's see if they can actually get that down. Movement speed also an emphasis for the side of Bigetron. I mean, technically, they do have the chip and the Faramis, maybe opening lots of moments. Annabelle, though.
Ooh, yeah. Very good read from Evos there to stop BTR's rotation into the enemy jungle. Light doing the same thing towards Albert. Now Iman gets rotating too, but Albert has a retribution. Now Moreno doing the same thing. Won't be able to really stop him.
Light forcing a recall there, so a little bit more time for Evos to kind of control the map. It looks like they're going to be able to clear the mid lane a lot faster and technically rotate faster too. The big question is to where? Annabelle is still very active in the enemy jungle as well, kind of replicating what Albert was able to do before.
And always finding chances to go into the jungle, get some steals going on. But both are still at level 4 so far. And you can see, with both junglers farming so efficiently, the jungle just immediately goes bare. Nothing available for both, which usually means some kind of dance, some kind of skirmish potentially happening. Level 4 is coming soon, and the turtle is already being started by Albert.
Albert on it. Light trying to open it up. Moreno not level 4 just yet. Natco has stolen away the fist crack. Now utilizes it on Annabelle. Still wins out the red trick. Reggie caught the fist crack. Now he can be brought back by the Stampede. Moreno stunned up. Purify out. NetherRealm coming down as well. Now it's another re-engage from Luke as he pins them down. But NetherRealm dealt with. Light with the stun. Luke going to be taken very low. Flickers out the safety. Moreno now as well. Look at the damage. Oh! It's pinned down to the wall again. Annabelle with a double to start things off. A shortcut plays down. They're hunting for Natco, who won't be able to respond. Key is trying his best to stop this purple buff steal, but it will be taken by BTR.
Not the greatest of starts for the White Tigers. Very interestingly enough, it felt like they had the better setup in terms of that neutral objective. Wait a second, talent prediction by Gobe. Annabelle actually is able to take Natco down.
Oh boy, Mirko alone in the predictions.
Bro, I feel you.
It was looking so good for Evos in that previous engagement though. The fact that Albert he missed the retribution by a margin of single-digit HPs, it seemed. That was insane. And afterwards, it seemed like Reggie was gonna go to town, take out multiple members, but Bigetron, they found that opening for Annabelle. And now with 3 kills, that's a scary joy.
It really is. He's also a level ahead now, so in terms of neutral objective takes, it should favor him a lot more. 3-0-0 KDA as well. I wonder what the plan was. It felt like Evos in that particular exchange was a little bit hasty in the team fights. It didn't feel like as coordinated as we usually see the White Tigers be.
I think they wanted to go and get the neutral objective and get out, right? Albert was moving backwards already, but then the turtle was alive with such a small, almost invisible amount of HP. And afterwards, because they lost out on the turtle, they felt the need to punish. That's where the chase really started happening. So it's a spontaneous decision, and it doesn't seem like Evos can improvise that well on the fly just yet.
Yeah, the re-engage wasn't as clean. But now we see that Nako goes for a different ultimate. Last time around he had Luke's ultimate, now he's actually picked up a Moreno, so maybe that could change the tides a little bit more when it comes down to the team fights, because we did see Moreno being a huge factor as to why Bigetron was able to re-engage a lot better than Evos before.
The good old Valentina into Faramis game plan, that was the meta for the longest time back then, a couple of seasons back. And now with the turtle up, we might really see one of those big fights happen yet again. But Bigetron have the control here.
Crash course coming down. Key as well going to be able to get the stun down now. The Glorious Pathway used up. That's another round. Retribution from Albert. Zaman Force placed down. Reggie gonna be stun. Oh, that's a chain CC onto 3. Luke still able to dish out some damage. Now the Purify not ready for Moreno. Albert gets a 3-man stun, and Natco picks up the double. Now it's equal on the board almost.
See, a different take, right? It feels like when Evos have a better setup, they're able to extract out of the most from the team fight as well.
Especially when it's not just improvised in the middle of the engagement. There was certainly a plan there on how they wanted to collide and match Bigetron's aggression. But that re-engage though, the play by Reggie to get that multiple man knockup, and Albert's follow-up to get the stun too. It was looking amazing though, but in the end it was just 1 or 2 kills. Not really enough to turn everything in favor for them just yet. Look at Key. Matching light as much as possible. We haven't seen a lot of shortcuts so far from Bigetron. That might change soon.
Yeah, not just yet. I don't know why. Are they afraid that it could cause different factors? Are they just not ready to utilize it just yet? I wonder what the plan is.
I think they wanted to wait for a bit more power spikes, I think, so they can guarantee that a shortcut play can result in a quick and clean pickoff. Because if they get delayed, this roster, this lineup from Evos, they do a great job in a long, prolonged fight with the Phobias and the Valentina. Right? I think Bigetron are the ones who want to get it done cleanly compared to Evos.
It's been super slow outside of the neutral objectives, and for both, I think they like it that way. Great steal from Reggie down below. BTR, Natco, when he gets another realm, it'll be much more of a problem for BTR. Crash course, down Key.
There it is.
Be caught in the bad spot. That's all 5 of BTR's members down the realm. Natco comes in the end. Another realm from Moreno as well. Now Zaman tries to deal damage out the Key, gets stunned up in the midst of it all. Albert wins out the fight. Key still stays alive. And on this place, it's a flicker forward from Reggie, trying to get some more. But in the end, it ends up just being 1-0.
How does he do that? I feel like season after season, he is the 1 HP specialist. Is always able to get out on a sliver of health, not taken down, not giving Bigetron the better trade, and Evos are very quick to the neutral objective, and there it is!
Look at Luke, smashed down to the ground, Annabelle. Electrifying beats, onto 2, still not enough damage to take them down. Oh my god, Reggie! Gets 3 on the board, and Evos clean him up! Light still trying to tank up damage. Holy moly!
That's a 2-for-0 trade alongside the neutral objective take. Evos are picking up the scraps left and right, and they should put a bit more pressure now into the mid lane, as Light will be the one to take it down. Now, Iman, we haven't really seen much of Iman in this particular game. It seems like he kind of lost lane. The turret was taken down earlier on by Erlan. So if we're talking about power spikes, is Iman still far off, especially with that 1 death?
Iman right now is sitting on the Stallion. I believe he requires at least 1 more item to actually be a relevant threat. Compare that to Erlan, already with the Hunter Strike and the Sky Piercer. So Evos, this is where they want to actually exploit this lead they're able to actually get in the early game. And the fact that they have a Phobius against a Faramis, we didn't really highlight that earlier, but everyone from Bigetron are clumped up so close together. Reggie is just getting insane amounts of value from the knockup, from the wave. Always 2 or 3 members, but look at Light.
Crash course on a Natco. They're all going with the fist crack as well. Natco still able to survive for a bit. 1 HP! Natco survives! And Zaman Force now with the help of another round from Moreno. That's a jump in front of pursuit into the turret. Key and Reggie survives. Evos, they seem immortal.
They're just not going down again and again. Annabelle getting something in exchange in the bottom lane. But overall, Evos are the ones in control here. Even with the surprise moves, even with the the extreme measures Bigetron are taken to try and get something from Evos, they always seem to be one step ahead, and they never seem surprised. That one moment at the beginning with the turtle misplay, that seems to be the only moment in this game that Evos kind of got caught off guard.
Which is why the chip pick for Light was a big question, right? How are they supposed to utilize this pick? Because the chip for certain teams, amazing. But for certain other teams, it doesn't look as good. It's usually very passive in the gameplay. Of course, it's still too early to tell. Only 9 minutes has elapsed, but I do agree with you. It feels like Evos are always one step ahead. They were actually able to manipulate the waves on the top side as well to take another turret. So the trade that the Joy had, not as value. Meanwhile, Light.
Crash course as well. Erlan able to flick around. That crash course. Not really able to save him. Annabelle diving deep into enemy lines. Will be taken down. That's a shutdown for Erlan. Eman with his Zaman Force unable to do much. Natco dashing forward. Moreno trying to support him. Albert looking for the sun. That's his Zaman Force from Natco. A statement Zaman Force.
Oh, we have some recalls in the building. Wait a second. Luke gets targeted. Should be able to get out for now. But again, complete dominance, complete control coming in from the White Tigers right now as they're putting pressure once again into the mid lane. This should be a turret next into the hands of the White Tigers. What do Bigetron do now?
I think they just have to play it a bit more textbook. I mean, in the keys to victory, we highlighted the fact that Bigetron just do, textbook stuff. Don't need to be too creative. Right there, that was interesting. They kind of set up in the back, but you saw Light desperately move forward there in order to get near the Lord and drop the shortcut, because Annabelle was all the way on the bottom side. And he came in, used the electrifying beats, but the Lord wasn't really low enough. So it was an interesting strategy by Bigetron to get pressure across the map, but considering how far behind they were, Evos just completely dismantles it, and now they're even further behind. 5,000 gold. By all means, the members of Bigetron still have damage, but I feel like right now they really have to stall and buy some more time, because otherwise Evos would want to get some more fights here, get some more value out of Bigetron.
That's exactly what Annabelle's trying to do, right? Trying to put some pressure in the bottom lane.
Oh! Come on, stunned up! Oh my goodness, the Queller from Albert was almost enough to take Eman down. 3 levels down on Erlan, by the way. Albert recalling, or falling back rather. That's a Lord. First Lord of the game. That just took a base turret.
And it's still more minions actually munching down into the mid lane. Moreno taking a lot of damage there.
Light looking for the crash course. Luke, fist crack in desperation. 1 HP. Netherrealm comes in just in time to save him. And Mama Zaman Force, not enough damage just yet there. Evos are just soaking in everything BTR are throwing at him.
Not finding the right moment just yet. And it looks like they're taking control of the jungle as well. So all these buffs, all these objectives taken by Evos, and call it luck or call it skill, but the tower, the inhibitor turret that actually fell for Evos is the tower that is going to be on the opposite side of the Lord. So that's another advantage that the White Tigers have.
Another attempt at the base. Erlan, 1 shot away. That's Sonata twice on Light. Eman, Zaman Force, Glorious Pathway placed down as well to slow him down now as they look to go for the siege in the bottom lane. Even with the splash of damage, the Ghost Bursters, it wasn't enough. The Cannon Minion was still there, and they got another 2 base turrets now.
There's just too much damage and too much tankiness, man. He just stands there menacingly, and the whole roster of Bigetron are forced to respect it and back away. Annabelle was able to go for some steals right there, but his team definitely paid the price. 8,000 gold lead now for Evos. And Annabelle has 3 kills. He has the Wishing Lantern complete as well. But at this point, even if he has damage, can he survive long enough in the face of a snowballing Granger, Valentina, and Suyo?
I mean, the bare minimum that he was able to achieve there was get the same level as Albert, right? So he's now level 15.
Oh.
They didn't really go for the contest. That was just information given. Light not in the perfect position, though.
How are they going to escape from this one? I don't think you can. Light is going to be chased down. Erlan finds the final shot.
He's sitting at 0.52. 0.52. Not the best impact on the chip just yet.
Oh, that's going to be the push from Annabelle to get to the top side turret. But now, the whole team has to kind of defend against this Lord without Light for 10 more seconds. Evos might go for the win here. Can they even fight?
Lord enhanced in the mid lane. No way for BTR. 1340s when it's going to be coming back up. Luke trying to go for the damage again. Another arm was placed down. Keys to be very low. Taken down now by Eman as he dashed constantly back and forth, but finally almost gets severed by Albert. The base is right there. Oh, Moreno exploded. Reggie very low. Shortcut placed down. Light in the midst of it all as Luke jumps in and pins them down. Moreno walks up again. That's Reggie who now falls as Eman continues. Natko dashing away. Zaman force the chase. Airlock's low. He still survives, but Eman gets the double. The Queller not enough to take him down. Luke wants to go for the chase. Albert running. BTR have defended.
That was a risky move there for Evos, immediately crashing down. Not setting up for the waves, trying to go for the instant quick clear there. But Bigetron has done it. Despite the fact that Moreno's Netherrealm lasted barely for 1 or 2 seconds, it got immediately deleted by Evos. But they were still able to clear the Lord and threaten the members of Evos enough, taking out multiple members, shrinking down that gold lead to only 6k. It was a great defense by Bigetron, but now there's the test of the second next Lord. But let's take a look at it yet again. It was Light going towards the back, jumping onto Erlan. That kind of pushed him away from the midst of the action. But Eman definitely has some damage to be said here. And that re-engage with the Zaman Force really allowed them to pick up some more value there. So now Evos has to play it safe. They want to play for that next Lord. Now Bigetron, they're still stronger, but I feel now that with a great play by Light, with a great flank, then maybe they have enough damage now to actually do something after that swing in goal difference.
I agree. I think Bigetron is definitely catching up. I do believe Eman is on the way to Holy Crystal. Is that right, Rashi?
Yes, he is. I believe so as well. He has a Divine Glaive rushed earlier, by the way. He knows that he needs to deal with these beefier members first and then worry about the overall damage, and that's it. That's the Holy Crystal. One more item to full. Okay. Whereas for the side of Evos, Erlan and Albert both already at full build, so they are no longer scaling. They do have a chance to get more gold to go for item swaps, but overall, when it comes to the direct damage output, Bigetron are going to slowly catch up to Evos now. So they can't really rely on that advantage to bully Bigetron any longer. Albert's got to be careful. Look at Light.
That's it.
Wow. What a read. Oh, that shortcut has placed him in a bad spot. They all take it though. Inside of enemy territory, they go for the fight, and now he's giving the extra 5 beats. Natko flickering out. They're all so low. That's another Luke falls. Eman falls. Moreno is next to the chopping block. And BTR, they took a call. That was risky. They pay the price for it.
Albert's going in for the straight end.
Oh, it's the end? The minion's not there yet. Annabelle walks up. Albert will try to go for the end. Immortality's there. Minion's dealt with again. Albert shut down. Now another minion wave into the mid lane. They go, and it will be the end. Annabelle gets a double, but Evos get the game.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. 16 minutes and 36 seconds. Evos finally pull the trigger and are able to take the main turrets down. That's a 1-0 for the White Tigers. What I was about to say is the next chain of events, right?